Excuse me, person behind the bar. I would like...
That could be anyone.
It could be absolutely anyone, but who knows? Could be an alien for all we know. I'd like this time, I'll have a Shiraz, please, with a glass of Coca-Cola and a rum and coke. Thanks very much. That was romantic.
I'm so glad you suggested I try that 30 seconds before we started the podcast.
Welcome back. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
First one of the year. We've had a bit of a gap, unfortunately.
We're so late to this that by the time we've said Happy New Year to people, they're going to be like, it's February.
A month into that year.
Happy Chinese New Year, guys.
Spats. We did. Yeah. Happy Chinese New Year. A few spats of COVID and just drunken antics over Christmas and New Year, really.
Yeah, and the one thing we've established is I'm clearly built different.
You are.
I was also isolating with COVID at one point, but only for 3 days because Boris Johnson can suck my nuts.
Wow. Okay.
I mean, that's not the actual reason. No. And he makes it sound as if he was all alone. Joe loved it because he had time to build a Lego he's never been able to build yet.
Which one did you do?
My Lego Lego Batwing, and I've not finished it yet either, and it's fucking huge. Nice. It's massive.
I mean, it's not getting any bigger when it's finished. Like he's done the groundwork.
Yeah,
I've just got as big as it's going to get.
I've got a couple pieces left to put on it, like one bag of things to put on, but then it'll be
the finishing touches.
Then I've got to figure out
what
where
I like
I'm
about bigger Lego sets is that there's not as many stickers.
Because there's loads with this.
Yeah, but
it's what you say
normally. Because normally the actual structure of the Lego forms the shape of what a sticker would on a smaller Lego kit.
You should try the Tower Bridge model that I bought a couple of years ago because it's all just tiny fucking cream bricks. Yeah. And it took us like 2 weeks to build it. We were doing it like intermittently, but whenever we were doing it, we were like, oh my God, all of them look the same. It's well hard.
I would rather that than put a sticker on.
I like the modular ones, where like the Statue of Liberty, from what I can tell, is quite modular in terms of the way you do it, but then you've got
modular.
So, the Statue of Liberty is modular in a different way, but you've got one that's a building and you can take levels off it, can't you? And there's actual floors to it.
Diner, the Lego diner that cost me an arm and a leg.
Really?
So these are prosthetics.
I was going to say, they're very good.
They're very good. Look at this. Look at this.
Me and Jess did it. Me and Jess managed to both get each other a Lego set for Christmas. And I'd got her the Grogu one. Everyone calls him Baby Yoda, but it's Grogu. And I knew what I'd bought Jess, but then I was opening mine and I saw Lego Star Wars on the box and then a green head. I'm like, come off it.
Oh, no.
And she bought me the Yoda one. And we both sat there then comparing. And Jess was a little bit disappointed because mine had more bags in it than hers, and the instruction manual was a little bit thicker. But it shows how in sync we are that we managed to both do that.
Do you ever mess about with the Lego Mario thing I got you for your birthday? Yeah. Do you?
She's lying.
No,
it's fine if you don't, because I thought of it like when I bought it, and then I reflected on this a couple of weeks after I bought it, and I was like, it seems very gimmicky until you buy the expansion sets. It seems really, really gimmicky.
And the app didn't work either.
Oh no, I feel
Lego, the app didn't work.
I didn't program the app. No, not my fault.
Get shit together, Lego.
And it just kept.
Speaking of Lego sets that you've got the Bonsai Tree.
I do.
Very nice.
Love it.
I don't know if you ever looked closely, but the green leaves are actually frogs.
Tiny little frogs.
And so are the pink ones. Yeah. The pink ones are just a variation of the frog as well.
Lego frogs used for
leaves.
leaves.
Brilliant idea, that, isn't it?
It's well clever, and
you can tell the guy that designed it was stoned at the time.
I just love Lego.
Because he's there trying to figure out how to build it. He goes,
"Oh, no.
Fuck it, that'll do."
Do you know there's
that loosely looks like leaves.
Illegal building methods in
I've
Lego.
seen this.
Did you know this? So ways that you can combine Lego bricks in ways they're not meant to be combined, and they're considered illegal building techniques.
Like,
so, for example, I'm trying to think.
If you get one of the 4x4 cubes, like the thicker pieces, and get a little 2x1 thin piece, you can put it inside it.
Yeah.
You can put two of the cubes back to back.
Yeah. So you've got dots on each side.
Or getting two of the 2x2 flat pieces and pushing two of them together really hard, and they will never come apart.
I watched a guy pull them apart with his fingers the other day. He came up on TikTok and he's there shaking while he's doing it, and he's just there like
sweating,
this,
tear coming down his face.
But it happens. And I was just watching it like I can't pull like 2 bricks apart, and this guy's done it with flat pieces. He's insane.
There's someone I follow on TikTok that works at Legoland, and he's rebuilding all of Legoland with Lego. So like all the Lego sculptures. He's doing like smaller versions of them. So he's talking about like.
Have you ever been to Legoland?
Yes.
So he was talking about how like when you're building a structure like and it's miniature, you don't need it to be exactly the same. You just need it to have like a reminiscence. But one of the things they have is a popcorn machine, and the popcorn machine's got to be so small you couldn't then fit beads of Lego in to the popcorn machine. So it's the only time he's ever used what he classes as an illegal building method, but he took the small plastic beads that they melt down to make Lego bricks and put that in to look like popcorn because it's
a
the
Lego
smallest
piece.
Nope, it's what Lego's made out of. And speaking of Lego, have you ever thought about this? Lego, when you put a Lego figure in a house, they are literally living in a house made of their own skin.
Yeah. I used to know a kid that was made of balloons, and he went to a high school made of balloons. His head teacher was balloons, and one day
his grades were really on the rise.
Didn't say they were filled with helium. But one day he went in with a pin and he popped loads of stuff. And the headmaster had a conversation with him, and he said, "You know what? I'm disappointed because."
I was gonna say
because he said. You've let me down, you've let yourself down, but most importantly, you've let the whole school down.
I think it'd be more of an explosion with a pin, wouldn't it? It wouldn't just be a gentle.
Depends how big the balloon is. Do you know you can stick a pencil through a balloon through both sides and it won't burst?
Provided it's got water in it.
You can do it if you put
you can do it with
tape
air
as well. If you put masking tape over the balloon and pierce through it, it won't burst.
That's why they say if you get shot or stabbed to not take out what's there.
If you get shot or stabbed, put masking tape over it.
It'll be fine.
Is that what they do at the hospital?
All the time.
We've got a gunshot victim. Get the frog tape. Get the frog tape.
We've got a roll
like
this big.
It's like that. What's that tape called? And he just comes in. He's like
flex tape.
Flex tape. That's exactly what we do.
What's that knife wound?
Bang.
We actually do it so hard. We push the knife further in, but it's sealed. It's not. Blood isn't going to come out.
One of the adverts for flex tape, they have. He's in like this glass boat or something like that they've just sealed with flex tape.
He's not in a glass boat, he's in an actual boat that was sawed in half.
Yeah, and then sealed it with flex tape, and then it floats. And I'm like, there's no better way to market your product.
Good Housekeeping magazine tested all of the things in the advert as well, and it all works. They taped the boat and it works.
Thing is though, Mythbusters did it years before, and they made a boat out of duct tape and went from Alcatraz to San Francisco.
Mythbusters once folded a piece of paper more than 8 times.
They did.
But they were using an industrial compactor to roll over it.
And the size of paper.
Yeah, it was like filled an airplane hanger. Yeah.
Do you know I read this the other day actually. They were once for an episode testing the combustible nature of just general household products and liquids you could buy.
Yeah.
Mythbusters.
And they came up with a mixture that was so dangerous and explosive that they deleted all footage from the episode and warned the American government of the combination and how it could be used.
It's quite interesting that. And just as a general FYI, guys, tannerite, which is an explosive substance, is illegal to carry in your car. However, it's not illegal to carry the mixing components for tannerite in your car.
Must be really painful.
The more
as well,
you know.
Because you make that episode and Party's thinking, we're going to make so much money off this episode. And then the other part's like,
and then morality comes
so many deaths.
Then morality comes into it, and they go, maybe we shouldn't publish this. But tannerite,
be fine. Now you mentioned the American government.
Super quick, so we never said our names.
Well, then we'll just say it.
Yeah, that's fine. I was just making sure.
Speaking of the American government, I did actually read a bit of news today.
Sure.
Oh.
And the people that work for said government.
Are you okay, by the way? Because you read the news.
I have mine narrated. I have mine narrated to me.
I actually have accessibility set up on my phone so that when I
text to speech,
so that when I turn my alarm off in the morning, it automatically sends a text to all my loved ones saying good morning, and then reads the news to me whilst reiterating the weather, so I know whether I need to take a brolly to work or not.
I love how Tom loves his family so little. He has a computer send the message for him.
Tom,
and I'd also like to add, I am not on this list.
I was going to say, Tom, the last time you texted me, it's the 21st of December.
Before me and Katie lived together, I had it set up to send her a good morning text every day. I didn't. It's a lie.
Have you heard that, Katie?
Yeah, Kate, did you hear that?
Anyway, so 2 police officers from LA Police Department, the LAPD,
Yeah.
stands for Los Angeles Police Department.
Didn't know that. Thank you.
They were
it's
fired.
French for La PD. Le Police Department.
That's why it's in the fancy.
Yeah, exactly.
fancy writing, yeah.
Le Police Department.
That was more Russian.
He's just getting ready for when World War III inevitably
Yeah,
He's
exactly.
warming up. Now, yes, so 2 officers in the LAPD, they were fired for ignoring a robbery in progress due to playing Pokemon Go.
I mean, a man's got to... if you
say, at least they've got the priorities.
all I'm
in
saying
order.
is, a couple of years ago, I caught a Snorlax that spawned on my street, and if I hadn't have been on Pokemon Go at that time, I never would have Snorlax because he's well hard to obtain. So
You also wouldn't have ran over that child, but, you know.
I wasn't driving at the time. I was a passenger actually. But I was saying to the person, "Can you just do another lap? Because I think
just in
Snorlax
case.
is around here."
Now, according to the court document that was released, an incident occurred on a busy street.
Height of
A
summer.
busy Saturday in April when a call came in about a robbery with multiple suspects in progress at a Macy's department store. Macy's. Now, instead of
They can
responding...
afford toys a few, Bob.
I know.
It's amazing.
Now, instead of responding to the call, the 2 officers, who were also spotted by a senior officer, tucked in a back alley and reversing down it away from the incident.
Like the Homer Simpson meme.
Honestly,
So they didn't respond, but every cloud has a silver lining, boys. During the period,
caught a shiny
the men
Pikachu.
caught 2 rare Pokemon, a Snorlax and a Togetic.
yeah.
Apologies, Pokemon fans, for not pronouncing that right. Although it is not clear whether the suspects of the robbery in progress were arrested or not. But, you know, they got 2 rare Pokemon.
That's how I'm telling you, Snorlax is that rare
Yeah.
because I would have done the same thing. I'd never be a police officer for that, but 2, I would have done the same thing. There's a robbery. Click that radio off. There's a Snorlax down this dark alleyway.
Yep.
I'm gonna go. You walk down, and it's actually just a drug dealer. He's like, "Yo, you're right, bro. What are you doing?" So, yeah, some heroin users in that alleyway, and suddenly he sees a police car reversing. He's like, "Oh my god, this
The
really
shadow looks like a Snorlax.
This is how I go down. This is how I go down. They're playing Pokemon Go. I'm shooting up in an alley, and they're trying to catch Snorlax, and this is how I get caught."
They're playing the long game anyway. You let the little fish stay out so you can catch the big fish. That's all it is. That's all they're doing.
So I've got some news now. This news is from the 14th of December.
Oh.
But this is also
Old news.
this is also
Not
a
current
nod
affairs
to
anymore.
space. This
This is
is
an old
history.
affair.
This
This
is
is
now
the one
history.
you find out in the pub.
Yeah, but this is a nod to space. I read about this and I was like, this is amazing. So the Parker Solar Probe satellite that was sent to the sun, for the first time ever, what's it called? A satellite, sorry, ventured into the atmosphere of the sun and touched solar material that was still bound by the sun's gravity. Now that's huge because that's never happened ever, which is awesome.
Actually entered the sun's
Atmosphere.
Like, it doesn't have an atmosphere, but yeah.
So that's proof that one day, I mean, you know how people always say nothing's impossible, and someone always goes, you can't walk on the sun. Maybe
One day you
one
could.
day we will be able to
I mean,
do that.
when the sun dies,
We
you
will
could
be
effectively
long
walk on the
gone
sun.
when the sun dies. We will have been dead for a long time.
But in theory,
Unless we live in
say
the
we
stars.
didn't die.
Unless we live in space by then.
I will remain living in everyone's hearts.
Yeah, that's true. I mean,
Yeah, and
at
Siri
this point,
Siri will
Earth-
still send him a message in the morning telling him he loves him.
at this point, the Earth has been engulfed by the sun, but someone somewhere is still receiving a text from Tom that says, "Good morning, love you. You mean a lot to me."
Boys, one of the things that I think we can talk about more now, because if you haven't seen it, you've clearly lived under a rock. But one thing we mentioned
Patrick Star.
on the very last episode before
why
Christmas,
it's so dumb.
but didn't really go into detail.
That
was-
one that we recorded on Christmas Day?
Yeah, that was the one. Well, it was a live stream, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was Spider-Man No Way Home.
Yes.
Spoiler alert:
Spoiler
Peter
alert.
Parker comes out as pansexual.
Spoiler alert, Peter Parker saves Peter Parker with the help of Peter Parker.
Yeah.
That'll make sense if you've seen it. But at the end of the film...
The whole film takes place in a hall of mirrors.
Yeah, one of the end credit scenes was the trailer for the new Doctor Strange film.
Yeah.
And there's been a lot come out about it. One thing is that the Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness will break the Avengers Endgame record for the most amount of Marvel characters in one film.
Yeah.
Really?
And someone has
When
screenshotted.
he told me this, I was like, how did they even do that? Because there were so many people
Yeah.
in Endgame. There were so many people.
Someone screenshotted what apparently is one of the credits
How
for
on earth
Doctor
have
Strange.
they got a hold of that?
I think that so Marvel for 10 years didn't have leaks.
It's
Like
longer
it just
than 10
didn't
years
happen.
now, isn't it? It's 12 now.
Yeah, but for Spider-Man No Way Home and now for Doctor Strange, there's stuff coming out everywhere, and I genuinely think like this is just a part of Marvel's marketing strategy.
They've
now.
got really lenient with leaks. That's all it is.
Well, quite possibly. But
Kevin
one of the
Feige's just
things-
not on it anymore, guys.
What about onions?
Onions.
So yeah, one of the things that Marvel have done really cleverly though as well, because of the multiverse and what we've seen in Loki and now what we've started seeing in Spider-Man is that you can have variants of characters, which basically means you can kill off anyone you want
And bring them
and you
back.
can still bring them back.
Wait a minute. Spider-Man No Way Home is 3 different Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I thought he had schizophrenia.
Well, it is.
You're
It was-
never alone if you've got schizophrenia.
It was an M. Night Shyamalan film.
Nice.
He helped write the script.
So go on.
So
who's on this cast
I'm going to
list?
throw a couple of names out for you. You've got your typical ones like Benedict Cumberbatch, Elizabeth Olsen, all the people we know are in there. However, Matt Murdock and Daredevil.
Ooh.
But the
mean
Ben
Matt
Affleck
did?
version.
Oh.
Oh, yeah,
See,
yeah.
they
Years
did
ago.
touch on him slightly,
Yeah.
didn't they? In
Yeah, they did.
Eternals. Was it Eternals?
I've not watched it.
Chris Evans is coming back, but
it's
it's Johnny Storm
yeah,
from the
it's a human
Fantastic
torch.
Four.
no.
Yeah.
No.
Hugh Jackman.
I'm so excited.
Nice.
I'm so
Both
excited.
Professor Xavier's.
Nice.
I'm so excited to hear Chris Evans scream "Flame on,
Yeah.
flame on," and then it'll be off.
One of the big ones as well, though, is Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire will be reprising roles.
Brilliant.
Apparently, Leonardo DiCaprio is also making a feature as a Peter Parker variant.
Hot take.
What?
And
DiCaprio?
Yeah.
He's not going to fit into a spandex suit. He's
and
dad bod
Tony
of the year.
Stark is returning,
Nah, no, don't. He's
played
gone
by
now.
Tom Cruise.
yeah.
No.
They are apparently the variants that will
No.
feature.
I mean,
First things first, don't bring the character back. We've mourned him enough. We don't want to get like him again. Tom Cruise.
yeah.
There's
been a
you'd
set
hate
photo-
reading the comics.
There's been a set photo now leaked of him. And he has
What?
the same beard cut and everything as Robert Downey Jr.
Is he going to do the stupid run he does in every other film?
He's going to do all his own stunts. They're literally going to
phenomenal.
put him in a jet propulsion suit and go, Tom,
hope
if
it-
you don't fly this, the film's ruined.
I hope it
But
flies
if
him
you-
into the sea.
But equally, if you're gonna if you're gonna hate watching Tom Cruise play Tony Stark, I'm gonna make you hate him even more because now I'll tell you this: you will never not see this. Jess hates me for it.
Got two from the middle.
Tom Cruise has a tooth directly in the centre of his mouth, lines up with the centre
He's
of his
had
nose.
he's had
Nose for a
reconstructive
while.
surgery since, and that's not the
I mean, a
case
car
anymore.
crash doesn't count as reconstructive surgery, does it?
But it used to be the case. But then when everyone sort of started pointing it out,
Yeah,
I
he
swear
does.
he
They
had
ask
work
you
done.
It's still there.
Is it?
I'm sure it is.
Oh my God.
Well, how do you move someone's whole set of teeth?
Have you never heard of braces? They literally. This is what
Yeah,
braces
you can
do.
move teeth together. You can't like shift them.
Yes,
all.
you can. Have you never seen what mate? Watch a time lapse of what braces do to people.
Got his whole teeth done.
You just got to hit him in the jaw hard enough.
Take all your teeth out and put them back in again anyway when you get your teeth done.
Break
Yeah,
his
it's
nose.
true. Like when you have veneers,
nose
no,
is
they don't
straight,
just take them out.
then it looks
if you have
right.
veneers,
Exactly.
they shave your.
If his
original
nose
teeth.
is like this,
it'll
no
line up.
one's gonna notice
Give
it
him a
anymore.
cleft lip.
Everyone will be looking at his dodgy fucking nose.
It can't be in the centre because it's to the left of his nose. Like Gary Neville knows.
His nose is on his right
Maybe
cheek.
it's something to do with his Scientology. He's just like, that's the...
Oh, yeah,
he's
that's a
actually an
good point.
alien, isn't he?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Fool. He does not deserve to be in a 9-man suit.
So you mentioned the United States government.
Did.
So,
Falling.
so you've mentioned
just
water.
spoke about water.
Yeah. But you spoke about
regulars.
you spoke about the United States government earlier, and courtesy of the United States Air Force, I have got a "Would you rather" question
bring
for
it.
you. So this came
Have
up
you
on
been in
TikTok.
talks with them frequently?
Yeah, it's something about being on a watch list or a no-fly list or something like that. I don't really know. I stopped paying attention after I hijacked that plane. But basically, it came up on TikTok.
Who's a
so-
judge to tell me what I can do?
Yeah, exactly. Who do the United States military think they are to tell me I can't fly a plane? But it came up on TikTok. You know the huge like C-130s that need refueling during flight? Mm-hmm. So I don't know if you ever sort of watched on YouTube the types of conversations they have while they're refueling. It's just the most bizarre and stupid shit that you would not think these pilots of these huge machines are having. And this guy comes in for refueling, and the would you rather he asks him. So I'll give this to both of you, and then
wait. Can you set the scene? Pretend I'm a pilot in my F-35, and I'm coming in. I'm in the plane.
This is the Israeli airspace. You're gonna need to move out. This is a restricted fly zone.
So the would you rather that he offers him is someone's opened a window.
I think the XLR leads come loose.
Can we close that window? There we go. And the would you rather he asks this pilot in the jet who's refueling him. He says, "Would you rather have?" Oh, there's two pilots in this jet actually, so they've got a co-pilot as well. So it's both of them say different answers. Would you rather have every meal you eat shot at you from a t-shirt cannon, or every time you leave your house, you have to consequently win your keys back from a claw machine? Now, if you've got any questions, I've asked two people this already. If you've got any questions...
Okay.
I would rather win them back from a claw machine, and the reason being, if every meal was shot at you from a t-shirt cannon, you wouldn't actually get a full meal.
Well,
because you'd wear half.
Imagine if you're so this is the thing. Some people said to me, "Is the meal boxed up?" And stuff
because
like
when you fire a t-shirt from a t-shirt cannon, it's normally wrapped in like cellophane, so it makes like a t-shirt burrito.
If it comes like that,
because you don't want it to come apart in the air because you want it to hurt when it hits the people.
Do you know they can fire 300 feet?
Yeah.
So how they fit 300 feet in a cannon is...
I was going to say, I thought they shot t-shirts, not feet.
So, is my food in a box, in a sealed container?
That wasn't specified. The United States Air Force didn't go into this much detail. Now, I can tell you that the answers they gave, and see if these influence yours, the co-pilot said he'd go with the claw machine idea because you'd get pretty fucking good at it. As long as the payout rate isn't being altered, you'd get really good at winning your food back from a claw machine.
I was going to say, if the payout rate was literally just, if you get it, you get it.
You get it,
and not... there's a win rate of 40%, so we're gonna let it go half the time. Then absolutely.
Who's in charge of the claw machine?
You. What do you mean? Who's in charge of the claw machine?
So then, what's to say? I'm coming home. I'm touching cloth. I need to get in quick. I've been on a train journey from work back home. I need to get through that door. Elbow the glass and just take them out.
I mean, realistically, that's always an option. But I'm gonna stipulate that the glass on this isn't breakable.
It's unbreakable glass on a claw machine.
Yeah.
Wow. That's valuable keys.
This is the United States Air Force budget on this claw machine, mate. Do you know what I mean?
It's an F-35 claw machine.
Exactly. You've got to do it while it passes as well.
I think I would rather enjoy my food and have the frustration of clawing my... Imagine coming home drunk.
But never mind that. Imagine if you're eating a fucking trifle.
Yeah. Well,
you'd be wearing it
Mum,
all.
Mum,
that's what I mean. You get one mouthful of the meal.
Soup.
Yeah. Soup, and then stands in front of you with his t-shirt, bazooka, and goes, "Open your mouth."
Yeah, it'd all pour out, wouldn't it? But
you're thinking about the wrong foods. Liquids, while messy, would be fine. What you actually want to be talking about are solid foods.
That
hurt. Yeah.
I don't know.
Even if you get the aim right and you catch it with your mouth, it's still just going to go straight to the back of your throat.
Based on the whole thinking about food as well, another one has just come to me. This is something that I saw on a dating app, but someone said, "Would you rather?" I can't remember what the whole thing was, but essentially it was, "Would you rather?" Do one thing. I can't. It was related to food.
The idea
would you rather do one thing or the other?
Or would you rather have the same meal for the rest of your life? I can't remember what.
I can't make the decision. I know what the first thing.
No. I genuinely can't remember it, and I won't be able to.
If you could have.
Is it not something like would you rather never have your favourite food or eat the same thing?
Yeah, I reckon it'd be something like that.
I genuinely can't remember.
So I've heard.
Give me a moment.
I'd rather never have my favourite food.
And if you could only ever have one meal for the rest of your life, what would it be?
So I have the perfect answer for this.
I mean, I'll tell you if it's the perfect
answer. No. It is the perfect answer. So, think of it this way. Salad is a meal. However, the contents of your salad can change every time you have the meal.
Salad is a food type. I think you would have to specify like caprese salad or Greek salad.
Nope.
That's why I'd say pizza. Because you can have whatever you want on it.
Yeah.
And there's always cheese, and I love cheese.
Yeah.
If you had to be specific with a meal, and you couldn't, because effectively, while pizza is a food, it is a food group. There are so many different types. If you had to be very specific on your meal, what would it be?
A ham and cheese sandwich.
Every day for the rest of your life.
Yeah, love
That's
it.
a lot of carbs. Huh?
I love ham and
Suppose
cheese.
you could mix up the type of ham and cheese. you
Actually,
have.
do you know what? That's carbs, protein, and dairy.
Yeah, it's a
that's
full meal.
3 of
All
the
there,
key
mate,
things you might eat a
honestly.
day.
And who likes fruit and veg anyway?
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean,
If
you
you
could
had
have
to get-
ham, cheese, and tomato toasty.
No. He said ham and cheese.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
but-
Don't start throwing tomato.
No,
in.
no
He
one
was
likes-
specific.
No,
ham and cheese.
There's nothing worse than a cheese and tomato sandwich where you've got the cheese beautiful on a wonderful, soft farmhouse loaf, and someone has had the audacity to slice a raw tomato and get its juices all over my cheese. And even when I eradicate
So-
it from the
so
situation,
this is the
thing. what
my
Tom's just
cheese
said.
still smells and tastes like tomato. It makes my skin crawl.
But
It makes me sick.
the
I'll simplify
implication.
what Tom just said. The worst part about a cheese and tomato sandwich is the tomato.
Yeah.
But I thought you said ham and cheese sandwich, and I'm saying put tomato on that as well.
Yeah, but that's a ham, tomato, and cheese
Yeah,
sandwich.
that's fine.
That's not what he said.
So but what I'm saying is, you could get 4 of your food groups every single day.
Let's
then.
put some banana on it too.
That'd be
Yeah,
horrible.
exactly. Slap a dollop of ice cream. You've even got dessert.
God, imagine that in a food cannon. Do you want some ice with your
Dessert,
drink?
dessert isn't a food group.
What if you had to cut out a meat? What meat would you cut out?
Pheasant.
Yeah,
Very
because you
easy.
never
I'd,
eat
I'd
anyway.
never eat pheasant again.
Yeah, I'd cut out like fox.
Yeah.
I've never eaten it anyway.
I'd cut out horse.
Do you mean
I'd stop buying a
out,
Tesco.
out of the not out like okay, so out of chicken, beef, and pork encapsulates
what about-
everything
what about
like
lamb?
bacon. and
What
a
about
lot.
turkey?
Oh, and lamb. Sorry,
What about turkey?
turkey's a
duck.
once a year thing.
No, you get turkey sandwiches. Are you mad?
I'd cut
Okay,
out. I'd
let
cut
me-
out lamb.
Lamb. I'd cut out lamb.
I-
Lamb
the-
is
deadest of the meats, isn't
Well,
it?
lamb is very nice. I enjoy it when it's done right. You know, proper lamb shoulder, beautiful. But that's about it.
Yeah, exactly. There's
You know-
one way to have it. If you could only pick one meat to consume for the rest of your life, what would you
Chicken.
pick? Chicken. It's chicken for me because it can be done in so many different
out
ways.
of that list, because I'd want to be able to eat lobster still, and lobster is a meat.
Only lobster for
Is
the
it?
rest of. If you could pick one
Yeah.
meat group for the
course
rest of your
lobster's a
life,
meat. Is lobster not a meat?
Lobster's
I mean,
crayfish.
yeah, it's a seafood.
It's still a
Seafood,
meat,
isn't it?
isn't it?
Well, is fish meat?
I mean, you get fish meat.
Well, you get them
The meat of the
pescatarians.
fish.
don't you?
Them pescatarians.
Is lobster a meat?
What time
One
is it?
sec, guys. We're checking this. Lobster meat is Oh, it is lobster. Yeah, it literally just says lobster meat.
Oh, cool.
So
Minus the first couple of minutes.
cold water
I
lobsters.
just don't think we're gonna watch
Yeah.
it. This has been so much easier.
The body and head both contain edible meat. Boom. There we go then.
But, so you're telling me that would be the only meat you'd eat for the rest of your life?
Yeah, because lobster's gorgeous.
See,
Come off it. What would you have, Jess?
Yeah, but if you said you could eat beef, you could eat like steak as a steak, or you could eat beef as like. Whereas chicken,
Yeah, but beef is burger or steak or
or diced when you have it in.
Or slices of
but
beef.
chicken. You could have it.
Could have a beef
you could have it
sandwich.
diced. You could have a chicken burger. You could
have
have it
beef
deep
jerky.
fried. Deep fried. You
chicken
can
crisps.
shredded. You can have it
I don't know. It would
boiled. You could have it fried, microwave.
Chicken's the one for me because it's the most versatile.
Broiled,
pick up.
barbecued.
You could barbecue beef, couldn't you?
Yeah, but barbecue chicken's nice.
I don't know if
And
I've
you can
ever-
marinate chicken in more things than
I've
you
had
can
char
beef.
grilled chicken.
Yeah, it's very true.
Yeah.
Robbed chicken, but
No, it's got to be lobster.
Now, lovely food conversation there. Very nice.
Yeah.
Thoroughly enjoyed, but I feel like I didn't get the substance, the je ne sais quoi of actually biting into something.
The what?
The je ne sais quoi.
Can you say that again in English, please?
The je ne sais quoi.
Oh, thank you.
The certain something in English.
Oh, okay.
And I think the only way of establishing that is with a bar snack,
True. I agree.
which
couldn't
I was
agree more.
expecting to be flying through the air. It's flown through the air.
Imagine if that had
Oi,
flown
oi.
through right as that person beat their arm. That would have been incredible.
Now, just before we do divulge in this,
Yeah,
we may be taking a break from bar snacks.
it's true.
Yeah.
For
Get the
those,
sad music going, Jack.
for those, the small violin. For those listening, today will probably be the last bar snack that we do for a long time, if not ever. Just as we feel we can provide better content when we're not chewing and gnawing and sucking and slurping things down the microphone.
Sorry, that's an advert.
So it is with great regret that I must open this final bar
Wait,
snack.
just before you do, I'm trying to play the sad music.
Well, you didn't play it the right time.
Here we go.
This isn't sad music. And tonight we've got
just so we avoid copyright.
Panfragola.
What is it?
Panfragola.
It's a TK Maxx special.
It is actually. It's TK.
Don't show them how expensive it
Food
was.
bought in TK Maxx for £10.49.
£11.49. Wow.
It's
149.
strawberry parcels. Now I'm going to find some English on this box for you.
The date.
Soft wheat. Yeah.
Since 1962, there's some English right there.
What? That's when it expired.
Oh my god.
So let's crack it open.
It's been in this cardboard box since 1960.
Strawberries not so rationing.
Cellophane bag.
I love how every company tries to be nice and kind to the environment with a cardboard package and then puts,
Oh my lord. They're big.
What are these?
Oh, you're gonna get covered in powder.
No, I'm not, because I'm going to hold the bag.
Oh, they smell like. Did you ever have Nutri-Grain?
Oh, do they smell like that?
They smell like Nutri-Grain.
Just have a smell. And
Because it's hard.
divulge.
Apologies.
It does smell quite nice, though, doesn't it?
Oh.
That's actually really
Oh
nice.
yeah, that's good.
That's really nice.
Oh, that's nice.
Save some for Katie.
I will do.
Joe, you don't like glitter, but you find with icing sugar. Is icing sugar not the food equivalent of glitter?
Not really.
Yeah, it definitely is.
What?
Question:
Try some of it.
is it as good as Bazenki?
Answer: no.
Yeah, nothing.
And on that note, boys,
Nothing with Prison.
that was the last orders bell, and we will be calling it there. Thank you very much for listening. My name was Ton.
I was Dan. We've given him a whole episode to think and
Come
still not got a
on.
name.
Yep.
Lovely. He's Yep. Cheers.
Cheers.
Right.